All right. Well, welcome back, everybody, for another deep dive.
Yeah.
This time, we're going to be looking at what it takes to make a pretty big move. Not just, across town, but across the ocean.
Oh, wow.
To Puerto Rico.
Okay.
And we're going to be taking a look at Coquí destination and relocation services, Puerto Rico.
Interesting.
So, imagine this. You're thinking about Puerto Rico maybe for work, maybe just for a change of pace. What would your biggest worries be?
Well, I think, practically speaking, you'd be thinking about housing, schools, healthcare, but you'd also be thinking about the emotional side of things.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Leaving your support network, navigating a new culture, maybe even a new language.
Yeah, it can be pretty daunting.
Yeah.
So how does a company like Coquí address all that? I see on their website they talk about corporate relocation.
Right. So when companies relocate, it's a big undertaking. They might be opening up a branch office or merging with another company or even strategically moving to access a new talent pool.
Interesting. So it's not just about moving employees. It's about supporting a company's overall strategy.
Exactly. And Coquí helps with every step of that process, from finding the right location to managing the logistics of moving employees and their families. They even offer these things called transfers, which are kind of like mini relocations, where an employee might spend a few months or a year in a new location.
I've heard those can be really tough on families because you're kind of constantly in limbo.
Yeah, exactly. That's where Coquí's expertise really shines, because they understand the nuances of those short-term assignments and how to make them feel like smooth transitions instead of disruptive upheavals.
So it sounds like they're not just moving boxes, they're moving lives.
Precisely. They're taking a really holistic approach, considering the emotional and practical needs of everyone involved.
I see.
And they have this really fascinating three-step system.
Okay.
So it's consultation, package selection, service, delivery, and then follow-up. It's all about personalized support.
Hold on. Package selection. So they have different levels of service, like a relocation menu?
They work with individuals and companies to create a customized package that fits their needs and their budgets.
Okay, so it's not one size fits all.
Not at all.
Okay, now I'm really intrigued. And they have this 24/7 virtual platform, right? For questions.
Yes. It's like having a relocation expert in your pocket at all times. A lot of people overlook the stress of not knowing what to do or who to ask when you're in a new place.
Oh, yeah.
So that constant access to support can be really valuable.
Yeah, especially if you're dealing with maybe a language barrier or unfamiliar customs.
Exactly. It's all about providing peace of mind. And speaking of peace of mind, their website is full of client testimonials praising their attentiveness and responsiveness. They really seem to go the extra mile.
Okay, testimonials are one thing, but I'd be curious to know how they measure success. Do they track things like employee satisfaction after relocation, or how quickly families adjust to their new environment?
That's a great question, and it would definitely speak to their commitment if they were actively tracking those metrics and using them to improve their services.
Yeah, for sure. So we've talked about kind of the strategy behind relocation and Coquí's very comprehensive approach.
Right.
But let's get down to the nitty-gritty here. What specific services do they offer?
Oh, get ready for a long list because they've thought of everything.
Okay, hit me with it.
All right, from the basics like home search assistance and school selection guidance to things you might not even think of, like spousal career support and pet relocation.
Wow.
They even handle local document translations and language training.
Wait, spousal career support, that's huge. Relocating can be so stressful for couples, especially if one partner is feeling uprooted professionally.
You're right. It shows a real understanding of the challenges families face and pet relocation. Moving with a furry friend can be a logistical nightmare.
Oh, totally.
The Coquí takes care of all the paperwork, vaccinations, and even emotional support for your pet.
That level of detail is impressive.
It is.
They really are covering all the bases.
They really are. And this might sound like a small thing, but I think it speaks volumes about their commitment to a smooth transition. They offer area orientation tours before you even move.
Oh, so you can actually go and experience the island.
Yes.
Get a feel for the different neighborhoods.
Exactly. It's one thing to look at pictures online, but it's completely different to walk the streets and feel the vibe and really picture yourself living there.
Yeah.
They understand that choosing a neighborhood is about feeling, not just seeing.
That's a really good point because it would definitely reduce the anxiety of moving to a completely new place.
For sure.
It makes me wonder, do they also help people who are leaving Puerto Rico?
Oh, that's interesting. It wouldn't surprise me given their focus on seamless transitions.
Yeah.
Maybe they even offer support for people returning to their home country after a stint abroad.
So they're not just focused on getting you there, they're focused on supporting you throughout the entire relocation journey.
Right. And I bet they have all sorts of connections and resources on the island.
Yeah.
Imagine landing in a new country, and you immediately have a network of trusted professionals to help you navigate everything.
That would be incredible.
It would be.
Like having a local friend who knows all the ins and outs.
Exactly.
Okay, so we've talked about the strategy, and we talked about Coquí's approach.
Right.
But who are the people behind this operation?
Well, the company was founded by Marisol Datis Stevens, who is the president, and Julian Rivera, who's the business partner and head attorney.
Interesting combination. A legal mind and a business strategist.
Yeah, makes sense given the complexities of international relocation.
Absolutely. And you know what I find really interesting is their website emphasizes client testimonials.
Oh, yeah.
Trusted by our clients, professional realtors, happy customers. It's plastered everywhere.
Interesting.
See, that's where I get a little skeptical because testimonials can be cherry-picked. What I'd really like to know is what percentage of their clients would recommend their services?
Yeah.
And do they have any data on how their services actually impact the success of relocations?
I agree. Those are the kinds of questions that would really give you a sense of their credibility and effectiveness.
Exactly. It's one thing to talk the talk, but do they walk the walk? But, you know, even with my skepticism, I have to admit, the range of services they offer is pretty remarkable.
It is. It makes you wonder how they manage to coordinate all these different aspects of relocation so seamlessly. Do they have in-house experts for every service, or do they partner with other organizations?
That's a great question. It would be fascinating to kind of peek behind the curtain and see how they orchestrate it all. As we're digging into Coquí's offerings, I'm really struck by how much they emphasize the human side of relocation.
Yeah.
It's not just about logistics. It's about helping people adapt and thrive in a new environment.
Absolutely. And one service that really exemplifies that is the area orientation tours that we touched on earlier.
Right.
It's brilliant, right?
I'm picturing it now, strolling through old San Juan, soaking up the atmosphere, maybe trying some mofongo from a street vendor.
But it's more than just a sightseeing tour.
Right.
It's about getting a feel for the different neighborhoods, understanding the local culture, and even starting to build a sense of community.
So it's like a crash course in Puerto Rican life, tailored to your needs.
Precisely. And I bet they connect you with local residents, maybe even other expats who've already gone through the relocation process. It's about building that support network from day one.
That makes me think back to when I moved to a new city for college. It was exciting, but also overwhelming. Having someone show me the ropes would have been amazing.
Yeah, it's that insider knowledge that could be so valuable. And speaking of insider knowledge, let's circle back to the spousal career support they offer.
Okay. Because relocating as a couple can be tricky.
Yes.
What if one partner is thriving in their new job,
Right.
but the other one is struggling to find their footing? That could create some tension.
You hit the nail on the head. Coquí recognizes that relocation isn't just an individual decision, it's a family decision. By offering career assistance to spouses, they're acknowledging that both partners need to feel supported and empowered in the new location.
I mean, wouldn't you be more likely to recommend their services if they helped your partner land a great job?
Absolutely. It turns the relocation from a potential stressor into a shared opportunity for growth and success. And, you know, it's not just about careers and neighborhoods. They even have pet relocation services.
Oh, don't tell me they have like a doggy concierge who arranges potty cures and belly rubs.
Maybe not that. But they handle everything from the paperwork and vaccinations to finding pet-friendly housing and even pet sitters.
Okay, now that's going above and beyond. Moving with pets is stressful enough.
Yeah.
Without having to worry about all the logistics. They've thought of everything.
They really have. It speaks to their attention to detail. They're covering all the bases, anticipating the needs of their clients, even the furry ones.
Even the furry ones.
And speaking of covering all the bases, they also offer local document translations and interpreting.
Right.
As well as language training.
Which makes sense because even if you're fluent in Spanish, navigating legal documents and bureaucratic processes in a new country can be daunting.
Exactly. And language training isn't just about practical communication. It's about cultural immersion. Learning the nuances of a language can really help you connect with people on a deeper level and feel more at home.
It's like they're not just dropping you off in Puerto Rico. They're giving you the tools to thrive there.
That's a great way to put it. They're empowering their clients to be active participants in their new lives, not just passive observers.
I'm curious, do they specify what kind of language training they offer? Is it formal classroom instruction or one-on-one tutoring?
That's a great question. It would be interesting to see if they tailor the language training to the individual's needs and learning style. Maybe they even offer cultural immersion activities like cooking classes or dance lessons.
Oh, now that would be fun. It's starting to sound less like a relocation service and more like a life adventure package.
I think that's exactly what they're going for.
Yeah.
They're selling a vision of a seamless, stress-free transition to a vibrant new life in Puerto Rico.
It is a compelling vision. And while we've been focusing on the individual experience, let's not forget that they also cater to corporations.
Right.
I wonder what sets them apart in that arena.
Well, I imagine their expertise in navigating the legalities and logistics of international relocation would be a major asset for companies.
Right.
They probably have a team of legal experts who can handle all the paperwork and make sure everything's compliant with local regulations.
Because moving a company, or even just a division of a company, is a massive undertaking.
It is.
There's visas, work permits, finding suitable office space, housing for employees.
Exactly. And Coquí likely has established relationships with local businesses and government agencies.
Oh, for sure.
Which could expedite the process and make things much smoother.
It's all about minimizing disruption.
Right.
And maximizing efficiency. And you know what? I just thought of something.
What's that?
They offer departure services.
Oh, wow.
So they're not just focused on getting you to Puerto Rico. They're also there to support you if you decide to leave.
That's a great point. It
Okay.
really speaks to their understanding that relocation isn't always a permanent thing.
Right.
Life is fluid. Plans change.
Yeah.
And they seem to be prepared to support their clients through all of it.
It's like they're saying, we're here for you no matter what your journey looks like.
Exactly. And wouldn't you feel more confident choosing a company that's there for you through every transition, not just the initial move?
Absolutely. It speaks volumes about their commitment to building long-term relationships with their clients. It's not just about the transaction. It's about the journey.
And speaking of journeys,
Yeah.
remember those client testimonials we were discussing?
Yeah.
What if they have stories, not just quotes?
Oh.
Imagine hearing from someone who relocated with Coquí 5 years ago
Okay.
and is now thriving in their new life in Puerto Rico.
Now that would be powerful.
It would.
It would go beyond the marketing speak and give you a real sense of the impact they're having on people's lives.
It would be like a Where Are They Now segment
I love that.
for relocation.
It would add a whole new dimension to understanding the value they bring. It's one thing to hear about the services. It's another to see how those services translate into real-life success stories.
You know, this whole conversation has made me think about my own relocation experiences.
Oh, yeah.
I've moved a few times in my life, and each time there were things I wish I had known or resources I wish I had access to.
Like what? Well, for me, finding reliable information about neighborhoods was always tough.
Yeah.
I remember spending hours online just trying to piece together like what it would actually be like to live in a certain area. It was like solving a puzzle with like half the pieces missing.
I can relate to that.
Yeah.
And it's not even just about the practicalities like safety and amenities.
Right.
It's about the vibe the community feel.
Exactly.
I can't really get that from online research.
It makes me appreciate Coquí's approach even more because by offering those in-person tours,
Yeah.
they're taking all the guesswork out
Yeah.
and letting people actually experience the island.
Makes a huge difference.
It does. It's like the difference between reading a travel brochure and actually stepping off the plane and feeling that sand between your toes.
You nailed it.
Yeah.
Coquí Gets That Relocation is about creating an experience, not just checking boxes.
It's more than finding a house. It's about finding a home.
Exactly. And they
Yeah.
seem to be going above and beyond to facilitate that sense of belonging.
Yes.
Not just for individuals, but for families.
Right. Because their services like spousal career support and pet relocation, those aren't just like logistical add-ons.
Right.
They're recognizing how interconnected our lives really are.
It's like they're saying, we get it. Your move isn't just about you. It's about everyone and everything that you care about.
It takes so much of the stress out and lets people really focus on the excitement
Yeah.
of starting this new chapter.
And it's not even just the practical support they offer.
Yeah.
It's about that peace of mind that comes with knowing you have a team of experts
Totally.
in your corner, guiding you through every single step.
Like having a trusted friend who's already kind of been there and done that and can help you avoid the pitfalls and discover all the hidden gems.
That brings us to the heart of what makes Coquí so intriguing. They're not just selling relocation services.
Right?
They're selling a sense of confidence and empowerment.
They're giving people the tools and the support they need to embrace the unknown and to create a really fulfilling life in this new, exciting place.
So as we wrap up this deep dive into relocation services, I think the key takeaway is this.
Okay, I'm listening.
Relocating doesn't have to be daunting and stressful.
Right.
With the right support and guidance, it can be an opportunity for growth adventure and even a chance to create a life that you truly love.
That's a beautiful thought. It makes me wonder.
What's that?
What if everyone who is considering a major life change, whether it's relocating or changing careers or pursuing a passion project, had this kind of personalized support?
Wow.
Imagine all the possibilities.
That is something to ponder, isn't it?
Yeah.
The power of having someone who believes in your dreams and helps you turn them into reality.
On that note, we'll leave you to explore those possibilities. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into the world of relocation and the company making waves and supporting those who dare to leap. Until next time, keep exploring.